choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league settings. It's week 6 of the NFL, and we've got the rocket-armed Will Levis. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Titans and the Colts coming up next.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception, but this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine of
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Titans ready to go on offense for the first time, and it's Will Levis, the 25-year-old at quarterback, in his second season out of Kentucky.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Levis. That is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Levis looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed that went right into the game plan. Attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Little bootleg here. Levis to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that, and no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You talk about this Titan defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And how about that last play? Did you see how quickly they got to the ball, caused a loss of yardage, Yeah, that play shows exactly why their ranking is justified.
And now they're just hoping to see more of that. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And right side, they're going to go option here. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This is 2nd and 8. On the option to give to Taylor here. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Well, this defense for the Titans, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line. First and 10, Taylor now. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Titans offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. 2nd
drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10. They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on 1st down? That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Off the option, here's Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts have taken the lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of the tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lewis. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. On the option right, here's Levis. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Now Levis. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin. Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Levis. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Levis back to throw. This is caught, it's Boyd. And he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Levis. Over the middle, he has Okonkwo. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Levis to throw once more. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Out toward the sideline and completing it to Pollard. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Steps away to his... Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Colts to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Here's Flacco. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Flacco from midfield. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. And again, it's Flacco to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now Flacco. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room. And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Levis to throw it. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Levis sets up to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Lewis. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans 1st down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1 yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Levis. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Levis out of the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Play action now. Levis. Cockrell holds it in left side. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll throw it again with Levis. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Mercedes Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans have retaken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Oh, some strong running. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Play action. Flacco. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Flacco from the gun. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense had quarterback Will Levis ready to go to work once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances, and he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Levis from the gun. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Grover Stewart able to record his 5th sack of the season. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about his business, the way that he plays the game. Not a lot of flash, not a lot of dash, but plenty of production.
On the out route, he's got Burks. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and a couple. In motion goes the tight end. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets it to Burks again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And Levis going back to the air. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Indy set to go on offense once more. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he's able to get up here to the 26. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Now it's Flacco. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce. Down to the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, 66 yards. And the Colts have moved out in front. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Here's 2nd and 10. Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Levis. He gets this one to Boyd. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now Flacco.
A short throw pulled in by Woods.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Flacco from midfield.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Passing play, Flacco. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard.
They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Levis back to throw. And that's caught one more time by Boyd.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Again, it's Levis looking to throw it. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half.
Now Levis.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Levis to throw off play action.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start by heading up to Foxborough to check out Houston visiting New England. And it's the Texans who's got the lead in the second quarter. The former Bengal, Joe Mixon, with a touchdown run. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Cedric Wilson, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. A touchdown pass there for Jalen Hurts. We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And that will be incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Fielded just inside the 30. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. Levis looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Levis to throw once more.
And Lewis has it, the tight end.
Had a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now 3rd down and 7. Here's Levis.
Shakes off the...
Well, the ball's loose. Levis has it knocked free.
And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
On the option to give to Taylor here.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 9.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. To pass, Flacco. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Jeffrey Simmons able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
3rd down and 1.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Levis sets up to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Out of the gun, a give to Pollard. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Kwity Paye picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's Flacco.
That complete to Downs.
Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And from the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down. Flacco.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
A short throw pulled in by Woods.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Flacco looks to throw.
That one finds Pierce right side.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down. Flacco fakes the give. Sets to throw.
A short throw pulled in by Woods.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Flacco.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he had it going in the 1st half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Back to throw, it's Levis.
Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Levis out of the shotgun now.
Being chased out. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. From the gun, Flacco.
That's complete to Pierce.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 23. That one goes for 24 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Now it's Flacco. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And right side, they're going to go option here. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
And Gay knocks this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Pollard again. Able to fight through one tackle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2. Pollard gets it off the option.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Levis.
He finds Hopkins complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 20-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Levis to throw it. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now here's a give to Spears. And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line. Now during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Grover Stewart getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Running right, it's Pollard.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Pollard.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 7, but still well short here with 4th and goal looming.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And that'll bring them back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Colts offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 4.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw is Ellinger. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Levis back to throw.
He gets this one to Boyd. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on for the 5th time here today. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return.
And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
A little power on the move that time, but still tackled shy of the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Ellinger to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
On play action, Ellinger. That's going to be taken in by Downs.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's Ellinger.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They go play action. Now Ellinger.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From the gun on third down, Ellinger. Now this taken in by Downs.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
They'll try and run the option.
And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on fourth down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Levis to throw.
And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Here's Levis.
Caught, right side, it's Lewis.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Complete to Boyd.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Levis, he'll look to throw it.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Levis. They'll set up the screen for Spears.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
One final try here for Will Levis.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Indianapolis, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.